Well, thank you for joining us today for the Union Board Vegetarian Cooking Workshop. We are very excited today because we have one of IU Health Center's very own dietitians, Katie Shepard, here to introduce the workshop for today. So I'll hand it off to Katie.
All right. Thank you, Clara. All right. So today, just to introduce what we're going to make, we're going to make a really easy vegetarian fried rice. And I'm going to adjust my camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. And if you have any questions about just what I'm making or even nutrition in general, because, you know, I am a dietitian, so I can answer all of those, put them in the Q&A and I'll be happy to answer those. Okay. So, and I didn't really prep any of my ingredients today because I wanted to just kind of show how you can really put together an easy, healthy recipe in a short amount of time. So we're going to start with this recipe with making the rice. And I picked a minute rice. Of course, you can do any rice you want, but sometimes brown rice, which is the whole grain rice, which is going to be a little bit healthier, can take a long time to cook. So I chose this because I know during the academic year, we just want stuff that is like really super easy, fast to put together. So I'm just making this according to the package directions and for 2 servings. So this will be a dish that'll make 2 servings. We're going to do 1 cup rice and 1 cup water. So it's going to be super easy. And my daughter is with me today, so you might hear her in the background. And so basically I'm going to get that water boiling on the stove. And then once I get it boiling, it'll take about 10 minutes to cook. So that's going to kind of give us the opportunity to get all the other ingredients together. So I'm going to wait for that to boil, and then we'll turn the temperature down and put the lid on and let it go for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to get the rest of these ingredients going here. And I'm going to start by cracking 3 eggs, because that's going to be our protein for this recipe. And Maggie, my little helper, is going to get me a fork so I can scramble those eggs. Oh, good. No, Mommy's going to scramble them, but you can be a helper, okay? All right. So I'm going to just set that aside. And then since I touched the raw egg, I'm just going to really quickly step over to the sink and wash my hands before I touch any of the raw veggies.
Yummy.
All right. So next I'm going to get my aromatics going for this dish. So I'm going to use garlic and ginger. So got my garlic. And with the ginger, this is fresh ginger, so it's got this kind of tough peel on it. So I'm going to just peel that off. I'm just watching my rice for when it gets to boiling. I'm gonna put a lid on that.
I've been watching it.
Oh, thank you, Maggie. So I actually kind of want to watch the clock. It's about 10 minutes after 6 now. I'm pretty sure we're going to have this dish together by 6:30. So I kind of want to just showcase how, we really can put together an easy, healthy meal in not too much time. It's starting to bubble, but it's not at a full boil yet. So we'll let them know when it's at a full boil. Yeah. Okay. So I've got the ginger, and I'm going to chop that up. And one kind of hint with fresh ginger, when you go to the store, sometimes the ginger root can be like really large and more than you really want. And I always just sometimes I'll just rip off like a chunk of it because you buy it by the pound. I'm like, this amount of ginger cost me 30 cents. So it's pretty inexpensive. But it does add a lot of flavor to the dish. And I'm not a chef by trade. I'm definitely a dietitian, so I know a lot about health and I know a lot about nutrition.
It's bubbling.
Oh yeah, so Maggie is correct. It is bubbling now. So
It's the first time I've actually been cooked on this.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now that the rice is boiling, we're gonna put a lid on it. We're gonna turn it down low.
It smells like noodles.
Yeah, it does kind of smell like noodles. And we're just gonna set a 10-minute timer. So
Alexa, set a 10-minute timer.
there, Maggie, she's setting a 10-minute timer for us.
Starting now.
There we go. And our rice is gonna be ready in 10 minutes. Okay.
Yay, and dinner. Probably dinner.
Probably dinner for us, right? Okay. So I'm gonna finally chop that ginger. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the garlic. And I do have kind of a contraption here. This is a garlic mincer. And I find that it works well because I just kind of go like that. But if you don't have one of these, just chop up the garlic by hand. And it would probably take about the same amount of time that it took for me to chop up that ginger. Okay, so next we're going to heat that up. I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes to let, and oh, I don't know if you can see.
Oh, you can.
You can't see it, can you? Let me. Well, I have a pan over here. Maybe I'll adjust the camera in just a second to try to figure that part out.
I think you put it like that.
Oh, Maggie, you're probably right.
You have to turn it, Mom.
I know. I've got my 6-year-old here with me.
The stove.
Yeah. So we've got our pan heating up, and that's just going to take a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to put some cauliflower in here, and this is kind of fun. We're going to make cauliflower rice. So you can buy cauliflower rice, and that's totally fine if you want to even make another shortcut for this. But I have a food processor, and I'm gonna make my cauliflower rice in that. So it's just gonna chop up and make like little rice. So we kind of have like a mixture of the brown rice and then the cauliflower rice. All right. And this part actually is kind of loud, so I'm gonna warn you. And then if your food processor is anything like my own, it chops up everything at the bottom, but then the stuff at the top is still there. So we're gonna mix that all around.
Mommy,
What?
do you remember when you made the dish and you chopped up the cauliflower and I thought it was cheese and I didn't really like it?
Oh, right. Yeah,
I think it's gonna taste better with it.
It's gonna taste better when you know that it's cauliflower. That's right. Okay. So, got that all chopped up. Yeah, go ahead. And then I'm gonna just put in a drizzle of olive oil in my pan. Let's see. How does the cauliflower taste? Good. Oh, Maggie's going for more cauliflower. If a 6-year-old likes this, then certainly college students will like it too, right? So you're just eating cauliflower because you're a healthy kid like that. So I've got the garlic and ginger in my olive oil. You can probably, I hope you can hear it sizzling through the Zoom screen. And one kind of trick to know that like this is going and it's good is you can kind of just start to smell it. So I can definitely start to smell those aromatics. And then while that's going, I'm gonna, in the microwave, I'm going to steam these mixed vegetables, just according to the package directions. One thing if you wanted, of course, you could chop up carrots and chop up green beans and chop up corn or like cut up corn and carrots and all of that stuff. But I really like using these frozen veggies because they're just as healthy as fresh. And when you want just like a really fast, easy dinner, this is going to be just a really convenient way. And these are usually like $1.39 a bag or something. So they're really, really, really inexpensive. All right, so I'm going to get that going.
And they're good, Mom.
Yeah, they are good. Okay, so I've got my chopped up cauliflower. And if you want another shortcut, you don't even necessarily need to buy the fresh cauliflower and chop it up yourself if you don't have a food processor or don't want to take that time. You can buy cauliflower in this like cauliflower rice. Yeah. Turn this down a little bit. I'm not going to take a bite while I'm cooking, but I'm glad that you like the cauliflower, and I hope that all of the college students like the cauliflower as well. Yeah, it's good. It's yummy, right?
It tastes much better like cooking with stuff.
It does taste much better. Yeah.
Okay, now I know too much handle.
Yeah. So kind of a funny story with my daughter Maggie. I made some cauliflower rice and it was chopped up.
I thought it was cheese because it looks like cheese. And Daddy told me because he was making it up to Dad said, "Look at all this cheese Mom made." And
she thought it was Parmesan cheese.
Yes. And then Mom put it on the dish and I was like eating it and I was like, "This does not taste like cheese, Mom. What is it?" And he says it's like cauliflower and I'm like, I didn't really think it tastes like cauliflower and I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
So I think now that I know it's cauliflower, I'm gonna like it.
Right, now that you know.
And I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I did like the tomato sauce in that dish.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So those veggies came out of the microwave. So we're basically just mixing the cauliflower with the mixed vegetables. And I'm gonna ask Alexa, how much longer on the timer, the 10-minute timer?
You have 1 minute and 50 seconds left on your 10-minute timer.
Okay, I normally don't time it that well. But
Should you take a look? Because sometimes she is not right.
I don't want to take a look with rice.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Why? Because if you open up the lid, then it's gonna, it's just gonna increase the cooking time. Okay. So what I have done with my veggies is I've made a well and I've just put everything to the side and then kind of made like a circle in the middle of well. And I'm gonna, no, let me do it. I have my 3 eggs that I've just kind of whipped up and I'm gonna cook those. So we're gonna put that in there.
In the well.
In the well, that's right.
What's the veggies?
With the veggies. And just kind of stir that around.
It's already cooked. Kind of.
Yeah. And some of the veggies will kind of mix in with the
That makes it yummy.
with the eggs, yeah. But the eggs are definitely going to give the protein to this dish. There's the vegetarian protein here. And I would say this is probably like, let's see, this dish is probably like 2 servings. Yeah, it'd probably be like good for like yourself and like 1 other person. Alexa, stop the timer. All right, Maggie, let's see how this rice is doing. Do you want to stir the veggies? Yeah. Maggie's a lot cuter than I am.
That's a very big lie. You know that, right? You know that, right?
Oh, it looks like our rice is perfectly cooked, Maggie.
I think
Yay.
that might be the almost the first time she's actually been right, because normally it's like, oh no, this is already done. Like, stop the timer, girl.
All right, so we're gonna put our rice in there.
Noodles.
It's not noodles, it's rice. Okay, so yeah. Oh man, Maggie, it's already 6:23. Like it's only been 13 minutes, and we almost already have our healthy meal put together for our family. It's like super fast, right?
I actually feel like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Oh, well, that's because I think you're having fun. Okay, so we've got all of our ingredients in there. We've got our rice, which is going to be, and I used brown rice. I use that quick cooking brown rice, so that's going to be a healthy whole grain. We've got tons of veggies in there with our mixed vegetables and our cauliflower. And then the eggs are giving us our protein. And then Maggie is going to add the flavor. So do you want to add some soy sauce?
Yes.
And I would just kind of do this according to taste. I have a reduced sodium.
This is what makes it brown.
It is what makes it brown. She is correct.
Trust me, we've made this before.
We have made this before.
This
is a family favorite.
Just like a little bit stuff.
Yeah, we'll do like kind of a big.
An even amount.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not enough.
No, it didn't come off.
I know. I'm not going to measure it, but I'm thinking like 2 to 3 tablespoons is about right.
Enough.
It's probably enough. It's probably enough. You want to go ahead and stir that in?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I have it on hand, sometimes like I'll add just like a little bit of chopped cilantro for extra flavor. Or
do you, Mommy? Do you add salt in this dish?
No, I Good question, Maggie. I actually don't add salt because the soy sauce
Soy sauce has salt.
the soy sauce has enough salt in it. That's right.
You don't even actually like it with the soy sauce in there. You still don't taste the salt. Because it's in soy sauce.
Okay.
That does not make it as brown as it used to be. It used to be like so brown. It's like Lawrence would always add so much hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Okay, Maggie. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this pure sesame oil. It's a toasted sesame oil. And I think it just gives it a nice, authentic flavor. I don't necessarily like to cook with this oil, but I sort of like to drizzle it on at the end. Okay. And I know that you can't smell through the Zoom screen, but it just really adds this like toasted, nutty flavor. So I started.
Smell that actually?
You can't smell that? I think it smells super good. You're crazy. All right, so it is 6:26, and we started at 6:10. So, in 16 minutes, I've created, I'll show you here with,
It's so good. I trust me, it is so good.
Trust the 6-year-old, it's so good. But this is our easy, healthy recipe, vegetarian fried rice. And it came together really quickly, right? So, I think, if just by using everyday ingredients, it definitely is possible to create healthy meals. And I'm so excited for our participant today, who maybe is going to win an Amazon gift card or a Cook Smarts subscription for easy, healthy cooking. And I also, yes. Thank you. If you
actually what it looks like.
Thank you, Maggie. If you have any questions, you can post here in the chat or use the Q&A feature. So if anybody has any questions about health and nutrition or healthy cooking, I would love to answer those. All right. Oh, what are some websites you use to find healthy meal options? Yes, I love eatingwell.com. I also love All Recipes. And I will say with All Recipes, it's kind of a mix of stuff. Like some of it's healthy and some of it's more like, yes, shh, please. And some of it is more just, like stuff you would do for a treat or whatever. But I do find with All Recipes, like they're really good at using everyday ingredients that you can easily find at the store and stuff that you can put together in 20 or 30 minutes. So any recommendations on how to incorporate more fruits and veggies into daily life? Sure. I talk about this a lot in my job. So I would say with fruit, I think, just making a point to add fresh fruit to snacks or add it to meals. I think breakfast, it's really easy to add in, like add in an apple or add in a banana or add in some berries. And then, maybe, when you're on campus, like pack some kind of whole fruit to have. With vegetables, I'm a huge fan of the frozen veggies, because my biggest complaint that I get from students is that with the fresh vegetables, they let them, they buy them and they have good intentions, but then they rot and go bad in the refrigerator. So I think a common misconception is that frozen vegetables are not as nutritious as fresh. And the truth of the matter is they are, especially, like with these mixed vegetables that I use today. The ingredients are corn, carrots, green beans, and peas. So like these are just as nutritious as anything else. So those would be my suggestions there. And if you're interested in setting up an appointment with an Iu dietitian for students, it's myself and there's another dietitian. Her name is Bobby. And you can simply go online to the Student Health Center's website, and through their online portal, you can make an appointment with either one of us, or you can call our appointment line. And again, that phone number is on the website. And, really we're available to talk about anything related to food and nutrition. So if, you have any kind of food allergies, or if you're struggling with any kind of medical concern, or if you just want, if for the first time you are just living in an apartment and cooking on your own and you're not sure what to do, we're available to help with anything related to food and nutrition. So. All right.
They're not good.
All right. Well,
But I have the taste tester.
Well, while we're waiting to see if there are any more questions, I just want to say thank you so much, Katie, for your time. And thank you, Maggie, of course. It was so much fun to watch you two cook. And now I am very hungry.
Yummy, Mom.
yeah.
Very good.
We'll also be making this recording available on the Union Board website, so you can come back and refer to it anytime, and you can rewatch the answers to all the questions.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Caroline. I'm glad you were able to join us.
Thank you.
Okay, next time I'm gonna bowl.